Hi, this is Richard Quek here. Welcome to another session of my video. In today's session, I would like to talk about personal development. And the topic is, there are 4 stages to learning. Alright? Now, all of us go through stages of learning. Is that true? Although we are not aware of them, we go through 4 stages of learning when you are learning new skill. Alright? You go through 4 stages. Although most of us are not aware, but there are altogether 4 stages. And so today I'm going to talk about those 4 stages, all right, which are, which is important to understand because you want to put yourself to the final stage or the 4th stage. Okay, so let's have a look at the first one. The first one is what we call unconscious incompetence. Unconscious incompetence, in simple terms, it means you do not know that you do not know. That means you are totally ignorant. You don't even know that you do not know. Okay? So a lot of people are in this category. Alright? They don't even know that they do not know. Because they think that they know everything. That's a problem. Alright? Now I'll give you a simple example about my example. Alright? Many years ago, when I was in school, alright, I see people playing the piano. I'm always interested in playing the piano. And I thought that I know how to play the piano. So one day, when I went into the hall was empty. There was a piano on the hall, all right, on top of the stage. So I went on top of the stage and sat down and started trying to play the piano. And you know what? I'm sure you can guess how it sounds like, all right? I do not know how to play, so I just keep on hitting the key and there's no music that come up from there, all right? So on that day, I realized that I do not know that I do not know because I thought that I knew how to play, right? So the thing is that a lot of people do not know that they don't even know. And they go around telling people that, oh, I know everything really, So that is a problem. So that's the first stage. So ask yourself, what stage are you in your learning process? Learning of any new skill or whatever it is, all right? It's important. The second thing is conscious incompetence. Alright, conscious incompetence. That means after I tried to play the piano just now I realize that, well, I really don't know how to play. Are you with me? I realized that I did not know how to play. So here, conscious incompetence means you know that you do not know. Alright, that is a stage better because at least you know that you do not know. Alright, that is important because if you know that you do not know, then at least you will try to change and to learn. Are you with me? So this is important. That's the second stage. Alright. The third stage is what we call conscious competence. Now, each stage builds on the last stage. Alright. This is very important. Alright. So, conscious competence means you know, but you are very conscious of it. Alright. You know, but you're still very conscious about it. Let's say you're learning how to play the piano. Alright. Initially, you don't even know that you do not know how to play. Right. Then after that, you know now that you do not know how to play. But the third stage is that now you know how to play. Alright, you can play. But then you got to be conscious. You got to think about it. Every single fingering and so on. Alright, you need to think about it. So basically, what it is that it's still conscious competence. You can do it, but you have to consciously do it. That means you got to think about it. Alright, that is the third stage. But at least now you know how to play. But the thing is that you got to be very conscious about it. Okay, that is the third stage. Now, the final stage is the 4th stage, which is called unconscious competence. Now, this is when you know how to play and you play it without even thinking about it. You play without conscious thought. That means you are playing unconsciously without even having to think about it. Can you imagine an expert or professional pianist playing, They don't even have to think about it. The finger just play the keyboard. That's all. Are you with me? So that is what we call unconscious competence. That means you come to a stage whereby this is what we call mastery now. Alright, it's already mastery. Alright, now if you can think about it, alright, I'll give you a good example. When you start to learn how to drive, right, you are very conscious about it, right? You got to think about all the steps and whatever it is that you need to do, right? Now, today when you drive, you don't even think about it. You just go inside the car and suddenly you find yourself in the office, alright? That is what we call unconscious competence, because you do it without even having to think about it, because you have been doing it many times. All right. So what leads to mastery, or what leads to unconscious competence? Very simple. It is through practice and practice and practice. It is through repetition and repetition and repetition, right? Like driving the car. Can you imagine how many thousands of times you've driven the car? So now you don't even have to think about it. You can just, your hand movement, everything is already on autopilot. That is the level which we want to strive for, which is mastery. And this can only happen when you keep on practicing and practicing and practicing. All right. Now, I give you an example, all right, in network marketing, all right. Initially, when you go out to do prospecting, it is very difficult, all right. But when you keep on doing prospecting, keep on doing it, then does it become easier and easier and easier? Of course, it becomes easier and easier, and also your closing rate will be higher and higher because you have been practicing all the time. That is why, if you keep on talking to people, you improve your skill compared to those people who hardly prospect. Now, if you hardly prospect, then you will never reach mastery, because why? It is only through repetition and repetition of things that you do on a daily basis, on a consistent basis, that you achieve the fourth level, which we call unconscious competence. All right? So this is what it's all about, the 4 stages of learning, and you must remember that you want to strive to go to your highest level. That is what is called mastery. Think about it in your life. There are a lot of things that you learn, right? And are you at mastery level now? You can only achieve mastery level when you have been doing it all over and over and over and over again. Like, we always say, repetition is the mother of skill. By repeating and repeating and repeating, you become better and better and better at it. That's it. But if you seldom do it, you will never master it. All right. So whatever you do in life, whether it's prospecting or talking to people, communicating, or what, it's all about doing it over and over and over again until it become unconscious competence. All right. Now, take Facebook Live as a good example here. All right. I may be talking to you here so freely, but you realize that when I first started, it was not easy. Because why? I can talk to thousands of people on the stage, right? But doing a Facebook Live is talking in front of a phone, all right? In front of my mobile phone with nobody around. It's not as easy as what you think it is. All right, so when I started doing the Facebook Live, it was tough, all right? But as time goes on, it becomes easier and easier and easier. That's it. So what I'm trying to tell you is that everything you can learn. The only thing you got to keep on repeating and repeating and repeating the thing, all right? Anything that you learn as well, it's the same thing. You got to learn and keep on doing it, all right? By doing it over and over and over again, then you become proficient in it, all right? So that is the thing. Now, the other thing I want to share with you to close this off, all right? I like what Bruce Lee quoted. I mentioned this a few videos ago. What Bruce Lee quoted is very, very true. All right, he said, I'm not worried, I'm not fearful of the person who learned 1,000 kicks and practice all the 1,000 kicks one time, that's all. That means 1,000 kicks, they practice only once, 1,000 times. He's not fearful of that. But he's fearful of the person who learned just one kick and practice it 1,000 times. That means practice and practice and practice the same kick 1,000 times. Then it becomes mastery. All right? I mean, the same thing when you look at those martial arts and so on, all right? They practice and practice and practice for thousands and thousands of times. Those gymnasts as well, those boxers as well, those people who play golf as well. You look at them playing golf, right? It looks so easy, but you realize that, every day their hand bleed, all right? Because they are practicing on the driving range, hitting thousands of balls, golf balls on the... It's all to practice, my friend. All right? It goes to practice and practice and practice. So, I hope that you learned something here, but I think this is very important. You must understand that, you can only reach to unconscious competence through practice and through repetition and repetition. That's it. Look at all the Olympics, champions as well. They have been doing the thing over and over and over again until they become good, right? They may not be born with a skill, but through practice, they can outdo other people, okay? Alright, so that's all my session for tonight, and I hope that you learn something and you find it interesting. If you like what you hear and see, please feel free to like, to share, and to comment. Okay, I appreciate you for your time here. Before I finish off, let me summarize with you. Alright, very simple. There are only 4 stages of learning. The first one is unconscious incompetence. That means you do not know that you do not know. The second stage is conscious incompetence. That means you know now that you do not know. Alright. The third is conscious competence. You know, but you got to think about it consciously. That means you are still very aware of it. Okay. And the last and the fourth stage is what we call unconscious competence, whereby you become a master now. You do it even without conscious thought. Alright. So this is a very interesting topic, which whatever you learn in life, you got to go through these stages, and you got to really practice and practice until you become perfect. Okay. So with that, I would like to thank you for your time here, and as usual, I will be doing another video session tomorrow, so I'll see you tomorrow again. Okay. So this is Richard Quek here from Malaysia, wishing you good night and goodbye.